Hi everyone, my name's Nicole and welcome back to a Thistle and Thread. And today, I love my background. I love it so much. The azaleas have bloomed on my property and they are just so beautiful. So I had to sit in front of them. So you might get lots of little like bumblebees, and we've been getting a ton of, what are the yellow? Oh, there's a bee right there. I also don't want to get stung, but I'm not bothering it. It's fine, we're gonna be friends. What are those like yellow butterflies called? I think they're called like tiger butterflies or something, but we've been getting absolutely a ton here. And so yeah, so they might come. They've been loving the azaleas. And I had a medium once in Salem tell me that my grandmother comes to me in butterflies, and I totally resonate with that because I find butterflies literally in the most obscure places that you wouldn't typically find them. So that's my little rant. But today is going to be a fun video, as I say in like every single one of my videos, because if you've watched any of my previous stuff, you'll know that currently right now I am in my self-proclaimed Mill Hill era. And because of that, I've just had so many people reaching out and tagging me in comments and in posts and things like that, saying that they are now in their own Mill Hill era and they've just like gone out and purchased a bunch of Mill Hills. And I love seeing the stuff that you guys are working on, so keep doing that. And I thought I would be more of an enabler today because I thought it would be really fun to have like a curated video on all the spring summer Mill Hills that have been catching my eye. Yes, because you know we love to shop. Us crafters, we're also collectors. And I thought this would be like a fun two-part series, and I would do this first video specifically on the larger Mill Hill kits, otherwise known as the buttons and beads. And those, let me show you first what a Mill Hill is. So if you don't know what a Mill Hill is, it is this little like cross-stitch kit that comes on perforated paper. So it's like almost like a cardstock. It's very sturdy, and it comes with all the floss that you need, beads, and then it usually has these little things called treasures, which are like little tiny charms. So I finished this one, and this is from the smaller Mill Hill collection. So this is Bear Canoe, and I've just recently finished Berry Jam for the Strawberry Moon Sal. So you can see they're very detailed, lots of beads, you got some back stitching. They're perfect. So the buttons and beads Mill Hill, they are more full coverage. They usually run about like 5-ish inches by 5-ish inches. So like, you know, exact. I think it's 5.25 by 5.25. More full coverage, but they're not as intimidating as a dimensions kit, at least in my opinion, because they're smaller. And even though they're considered full coverage, there are some like, you know, some free space. And I just recently started one and I'm enjoying it. So I thought this first Mill Hill video of the spring summer Mill Hill series would be focused on the buttons and beads collection. So all of the kits that I will be mentioning, I believe are all still in print and you can still purchase them. I will link a bunch of shops down below that sell Mill Hill kits where you can go and find them for yourself. So with this video, I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized, a little bit more professional, so that you can find like the exact type of category of pattern or kit that's going to fit your needs for the seasonal stitching. So I broke it down into categories. We're going to start off with floral and garden kind of vibes. And I also have seaside and coastal, birds and animals, patriotic for everyone that lives in the US. And then I have tiny town / scenic kits. And also we have like farm vibes. So those are kind of the categories I broke it up into. It's not super perfect, but that's just kind of like the vibe I was going for. So let's start out with the largest of all of the little categories that I'm going to be discussing today, and that is one of my favorites, floral and garden. I had to move. Hopefully my Wi-Fi reaches this place this location. Another like quick note about Mill Hills that I really wanted to say before I get into it. So these button and beads kits are around 15-ish US dollars. So pretty affordable when you think of like a kit in general. Some kits can be like 30 to 50-ish dollars. So very affordable. And Mill Hill also has a brand of like little mini frames that I believe are like 6x6. Let's see. Yeah, 6x6 frames that come in a variety of different colors that will go with the buttons and beads pieces. So I think that's really great because it makes finding a frame super easy and just like really affordable and accessible for people. So that's one of the reasons why I really love Mill Hills. So let's get into flower and garden, one of my absolute favorite categories that we have going on here today. And so Mill Hill has these really beautiful singular like flower type kits, and I love them. A lot of them honestly didn't stick out to me that much, but when I like researched them on Instagram and when I saw them actually stitched, they are showstoppers, absolute showstoppers. And one of my favorite ones, like I don't even think it's a specific series, but I'm just calling it like single flowers, is oh, I have a mosquito on me, is Peony. This was released in 2025, so it's a new release. I have seen it everywhere. Again, it didn't stick out to me when I saw it, but when I saw it stitched with like the beading, and I love the little itty bitty treasure. It's a tiny little bumblebee, and if you love many things, you're gonna love these little Mill Hill treasures. They're adorable. But the colors are stunning. It's like beautiful ombre pale pinks, and I just love it. I need it on my wall. Another one from that I like to highlight out of this series is you have Daffodil, which again, daffodils make me think of like spring on Cape Cod because that's always one of like the first flowers to bloom are daffodils. So I don't know, it just brings me back to living there. So daffodil's really cute. And then you have Dahlia, which if you're a Dahlia girl, you need this. I've been wanting to get into dahlias, but to buy them already grown, they're very expensive. And to pay that much for an annual, I'm just not there yet. I'll plant like bulbs at some point in my life, but you know, I could have it up on my wall. And next in the little flower series, you have Orchid, specifically White Orchid from 2020. And this is, again, another showstopper. You have to see this stitched. It is stunning. And if you like are unsure if you particularly love a Mill Hill kit, go on Instagram, like use Mill Hill White Orchid hashtag. And this one is just unbelievable. The colors, the beading, it makes it pop, baby. It makes it pop. And the treasure again is on the picture. It's on the frame. I don't love it on the frame, but I'm sure you can just like, you know, throw it somewhere on the piece if you want it on the piece. So that's White Orchid. Ooh, this one is just so beautiful. So one of my favorite flowers of like the past couple years has been hydrangeas. I just love how colorful they are. Like one of my colors from my wedding was literally like a hydrangea blue, very similar to this blue. And when I saw this one from Mill Hill, I was like, I need it. So this is hydrangea, and it was released in 2017. And this just has like all of those beautiful rich hydrangea colors, the blues, the pinks. The beading is like magical. And then again, you have that little tiny bumblebee button. It's so sweet. That is perfect. I love it. Have so many flower ones. They have Ladybug on Daisy, which was released in 2021. And this one is exactly what it says. It is a giant daisy with a cutie little ladybug in the center. And then you also get a tiny little ladybug button. Oh my god. I want this just for that little ladybug button. They're so cute. This one's adorable. I love a daisy. They're just so happy. And then when you throw a ladybug on it, it just makes it even happier. So that one's fun. They have like more of a tropical flower vibe with hibiscus, which was released in 2019. And this is for all you tropical vacation goers. We all love a tropical vacation, or if you are lucky enough to live in a tropical place where this is like a native flower, this one's for you, baby. Again, has that really cute bumblebee button. So a lot of these treasures are reused. Like I have a lot of kits that have like a little tiny moon, and yeah, so they're like recycled through a lot of the different kits. So you have hibiscus, you have geranium, which is similar color to the hibiscus. You have rich reds and greens with that little bumblebee button. And let's see, are there any other flower ones? Oh yes, there are. One of the new releases for this year, along with peony, I guess, was African daisies. I'm just searching it, I'm typing it up. This one's really, really fun. So this was in the 2025 autumn collection along with the peony, and this one's fun because this has a really cool color palette. It's like yellows, pinks, purples, greens. The beading looks so much fun on this because you kind of go like around the yellow flower, but then you have like really pretty like rich jewel tone beads in the center, which I love. And the treasure isn't just like a little bumblebee, it's another little tiny ladybug. And it looks like a different ladybug than the daisy one, but I could be totally wrong. So that's fun, that's a new release. So if you really like the flower statement pieces, go ahead and get them because they are beautiful. So those are like the singular flowers. So let's now get into more miscellaneous floral and garden ones. So on my list I have cut flowers. This one I've been loving. This was released in 2016, and I love this specifically for the flowers in the mason jar, and that you can kind of see through them. They're like translucent almost, and I just think that there's so much detail in such a small little piece of work, and I love it. We love her. We love the color palette. So the next one on my flower and garden list, this one gives me like vintagey grandma vibes, and like my whole aesthetic I label as primitive grandma, so I love it. And this is spring wreath. You have like very soft springish color palette vibes. You have your pinks, you have your purples, you have your blues. And this one I love because it looks like you have some, I mean the picture's a little blurry, but it looks like you either have some lazy daisies or you're doing like fun beadwork where it's more of a three-dimensional flower petal, which I really like. I like playing around with beading and experimenting with that. I've been really enjoying that with the Mill Hill kits. And then it looks like you also have two treasures. So you have a little bunny and like a little heart one. So this is just really nice and really sweet. I love it. The next one is like kind of like a collage, and I think that's really fun because you're fitting like multiple different little scenes in just like a little 5-inch piece, which is fun. You won't get bored. It's not as like dense as a full coverage. And this is Garden Party, and I'm unsure when this one was released, but I love it. I love the cute little dragonflies on this. The color palette, like that bluish purple, almost like a periwinkle, just really stands out to me. And who doesn't love a bunny? You have a little bunny treasure. And I need that sun hat immediately. So like I said before, I am a hydrangea girl. I love a hydrangea. One of my favorite flowers of the past like couple years. And when I saw this one stitched on Instagram as well. And I didn't know it was a Mill Hill at first because it was when I was like newer to stitching. And this one is just so beautiful stitched up. It has the beautiful color palette of hydrangeas, those pinks and purples and bluish colors, and I love the bow on it. And you could probably change the color of the bow if you didn't want it to be pink, but I think the pink is cute. And the little treasure is a little tiny dragonfly as a little accent on the bow. So this one's really fun. I've been seeing a lot of wreath projects lately, and I know some people are intimidated by like stitching a circle just in case if they mess up and it's like slightly off, but don't let that intimidate you, because there are some beautiful wreath pieces out there. I know I just recently got a Dimensions kit that is like the cottage wreath one, and I can't wait to stitch that. Next on the flower and garden list is watering can, and I love this for literally just about everything on this. I love the blue like perforated paper. I just like love the combination of yellow, blues, and pinks. It just screams spring to me. And this is fun because you get to stitch some bumblebees, but you also get that cute little button treasure. And I haven't stitched a mill hill like this yet, but it looks like you also stitch like a secondary watering can, and then that gets attached to the actual frame. So I wonder if they give you like, they probably give you extra perforated paper, but I think that's a fun idea. So I think it would be a fun project for you to try. Next one that I have on my list was a Mill Hill Debbie Mom Mill Hill collaboration. And Debbie Mom, I don't really know much about her. I believe she is some sort of a designer, maybe like just an artist, and collabs with cross stitch patterns, pattern companies, or maybe she's a cross stitch designer. I really need to research it. But I know people are crazy about her, and for a good reason, because her collaborations that I've seen with Mill Hill are really just interesting and pretty, and this one's definitely on my list. And this is Pansies by Debbie Mon, and I love the pansy. I love the color palette of them, and I just think this is like a different style of all the other Mill Hill kits. So if you want something that's a little bit more kind of like a painting than like a cross-stitch pattern, I guess, I would try out the Debbie Mom collaborations. And this one's just perfect for spring and summer. And this is really unique because it doesn't look like it's on perforated paper. This comes with linen. Yeah, Riviera coral linen. So a really pretty coral linen, and it has a fun border, a nice color palette. It's very much giving me Tuscan vibes. So that's a fun Mill Hill to check out. Oh, I love this next one. So this next one is just amazing. I love everything about it. This is like me in a Mill Hill, I feel. At least like this time of year for me in June. And this is Potting Table. And I love this one because it has little seed packets. And the treasure, I can't exactly what it see, but it has like a little bunny and like a little motif underneath it. It is just so cute. And you have little bees. The color palette is so fun. The flowers in it. I am obsessed with these little tiny seed packets. Especially the peas. Peas and beans are like one of my favorite things to plant because they are so easy. They are quick to grow. Anyone can do it. Literally anyone. So I love this one. This one's really cute. Next, we're going a little bit more. This is giving me like Tuscany vibes. And this is Lavender Fields. And this just speaks to my Italian soul. It is perfect. You have a beautiful lavender field with the sun beaming down. You have a beautiful little pitcher. Who knows what it's holding? Is it lavender lemonade? I'm gonna pretend it is. And you have a really cute little sunflower treasure, which I love. And again, you have a little extra decal that you stitch for the frame, and it's a little chicken rooster cutie pie. I love him. And his tail is just beautiful. I love it. So that's Lavender Fields Ooh, this next one I love, and I just found it on eBay for a really good price and you didn't have to pay for shipping. So I bought it. And this was Sunflower Garden. I know sunflowers are more of like a fall type of flower, but I had to include it because the colors are very like pastel, and I don't know. It reminds me of like late summer. And like I said, I love the color palette. I love I think the perforated paper is like a traditional like tan or white, but then you have like this really pretty sunset dreamy sky that's like pink and purple. And then the dragonflies are just really fun. This just looks like a little fairy wonderland with a cute little sunflower treasure. Who doesn't love a sunflower? So this one I love. I'm excited to be getting this one in the mail. Next we have one of my all-time favorites, and I have been wanting to get this one, but it has been out of stock in a lot of different places. This is Fairy Garden. I love this one. It was one of the actual like first Mill Hill button and beads kits that I like researched and fell in love with. This one, it's very much like jewel tone color palette. Like it just has such a rich blues and greens, which blues and greens are like my favorite colors ever. So I love this one. And then when you throw in flowers, fairies, and mushrooms, specifically the toadstool mushrooms, like those Amanita mushrooms, oh, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. There is just nothing better. Who doesn't want to be these little fairies? I don't know. And this has a really adorable dragonfly treasure that you add to it. So this one is out of stock in a lot of places, but I will be purchasing it once it is available. So these next two, I should say, one stands out to me a little bit more than the other, but that is Winged Monarch. Yeah, who doesn't love a monarch? Who doesn't love them? And I love the flowers with it. It's very, very pretty. I'm unsure if this one comes with a little treasure, but who needs it? The butterfly itself is a treasure. And I do know that they also have a blue morpho butterfly, which is like a blue butterfly. And I really love the flowers that are in the background of this one. So you got two beautiful butterfly selections if you're feeling like stitching up the little winged friends. This next one is perfect for all of you bunny lovers and garden girls alike. And this is Bunny Garden. This one has really stuck out to me. I have not seen this one fully stitched yet. I should really research it because I love it, and I'm sure it's even better than the picture. You have cute little vegetable garden, and it's just a little bunny hanging out, you know, probably munching on some of the veggies that are there. And you have a really cute button that's a little carrot. That's super cute and unique. You have little backstitched birds. You have a nice blue sky, puffy cloud scene. So this is fun for summer. It's giving me August vibes. I love it. Next I have a couple of bumblebee Mill Hill kits. And this first one is Honeybee. So this really highlights like a giant, beautiful, puffy bumblebee on its cutie hive. And it has some fun flowers. It has a fun little blue flower treasure. Beautiful. Has beautiful backstitched wings. This next one is called B Square. And this is like 4 beautiful little hives with a really fun border. Specifically, I love the side of the border that is honeybees, and then you even have a side of the border that's honeycomb. So that's really fun. And I've seen this one stitched up on linen and made into like a cute little pillow. I think that's what I would want to do. But you've got a lot of fun beadwork on this one. Each hive is different, so it's not like, it is repetitive, but it adds a little bit of spice to each hive. I love it. And then you have 2 treasures. You have a bumblebee and a flower. We love that. Now we have another collage one, and I love this one because it is called Garden Sampler, and each little piece of the collage is a garden. And the treasure is perfect It is a cute little seed pack. So this must have been what the treasure was in one of the other, I think it was like, I forget what it's called, the one with flower pots and the little seed packets. I think this was the treasure too. It says seeds. I can see it a little bit more clearly now. I love it. You have some rain boots, you have a cute hat, again, I need. And you have like all your little garden utensils and adorable seed packets. So this one looks really fun, and I think it would honestly be a very, very quick stitch. So that's garden sampler. Next on the list, you have water pump. I didn't think I would ever say a pattern called water pump that I love, but I love this one. It's really fun. You have a beautifully aesthetic water pump with cute finches, lots of flowers, a cute flower like sunflower, little treasure, amazing color palette. If you want a water pump on your wall, you gotta stitch this one. It's perfect for spring, baby. Perfect for summer too. Last but not least, on the flower and garden section of Mill Hill, we're ending it out on herb garden. And I love this because I am an herb garden girl. I'm currently sitting in front of my little in-ground herb garden that I'm obsessed with. And I really like this one specifically for the backstitching of all the like herbs that are listed in or that are stitched on this piece. I just love that, and I love like the little chive blossoms on it. It's just amazing. The color palette's really, really fun, and the treasure is a little dragonfly. So that is everything that I have on my personal wish list, watch list, whatever you want to call it, for like flower and garden vibe Mill Hill button and beads kits. So now let's kind of change our scenery, our vibe a little bit. We're someplace warm. You know, there's warm sand, the sun's on our face, waves lapping on the shore, seagulls chirping in the background. We're going coastal vibes. We're going to the seaside, baby. So let's go. Let's go. For our seaside, I don't have that many listed. There are a lot, but I just highlighted a couple. Beach themed things aren't like super much my vibe because I live like in a lake house, but I can appreciate a good seaside piece. And first on my list is Seaside Sampler. I love this. I love a collage Mill Hill. They're like fun little mini scenes, and I feel like they're just super quick and fast to stitch because you got some variety. This one is really fun. You have a lighthouse, you have an anchor, you have some sea creatures, you have buoys, you have a bird. And you also have a separate piece that you can stitch. It's a little sailboat, and you glue it on the frame. I'm losing my words because I've been filming this for a really long time now. And we're only on the second piece. We're only on the second category. You know, that's just me. I had to literally look at every Mill Hill there was so that I could present it to you in a video. But yeah, this is Seaside Sampler. It is so uber duper fun. The treasure is a little orange star, but I'm gonna pretend that it's a starfish. And you know, it's hanging out on the anchor. And this is just really fun. I love a lighthouse. So go check that one out if you're a beachy person. Next on my seaside list, we have a personal favorite of mine and one that I really do want to purchase. That is Lighthouse. Again, I love a lighthouse. It reminds me of Cape Cod, and my husband and I, we go to Maine, specifically Acadia National Park a lot, and this just gives me Acadia vibes. And I love this one specifically for that insane sunset. The colors on this are just spectacular. And then you have lots of cute little boats in the distance. And the treasure is a little tiny sailboat. New and unique. And if you just love like a coastline view, a rocky coastline view, this is perfect. But the sky is the real like showstopper for me, for sure. If I was gonna stitch like a seaside beachy pattern, I think this, or seaside beachy like Mill Hill, I think this one is like the top, the tippy top of my list. On my list that I think would definitely stick out to some of my viewers would be Cabana Beach, baby. You have a really fun pastel beachy color palette. I haven't been to like a lot of like beachy vacation destinations, like seaside towns, at least like southern ones, but I feel like, sorry, I had a green beetle on me, but I feel like this is gonna feel nostalgic to a lot of people. And you just have like really cute beachy bungalows, again, really fun skyline. You got the beach obviously in the background with a cute little sailboat and a little seagull. So that one's fun. And the treasure on this is a little sun, but the sun is attached to a cabana. So it's like, I don't know, a little cute piece to it. So we love Cabana Beach here. Also, Mill Hill has a lot of fun beachy not scenes, but like kind of items that you can find like at a beach or in the ocean, like singularly highlighted, similar to the flower. So the one that sticks out to me is conch shell, because I just love like how beautiful a conch shell is. But the color palette of this one's really fun. The treasure is a little starfish that I want to call it. But they have ones with like seahorses and sand dollars, things like that. So if conch shell is like calling to you, go on to like your favorite needlework website or go into your favorite like in-person LNS shop and search them, because there's a lot. There's quite a few beachy ones. I didn't spend as much time looking at the beachy patterns. Those are just the few beachy coastal. I know coastal grandma is like very much a thing, but at least when I was in Cape Cod, there was like a lot of bachelorette parties that were themed to coastal grandma. I would fit in. I would fit in. But yeah, those are all like the coastal seaside vibes that I have. And even though it's only, I listed a few, again, Mill Hill has a ton, and you can find anything that you need. They have like a pattern for everyone. So go to your favorite LNS or your online needlework shop and go check them out if that is definitely your vibe and your scene. So the next category that we're going to be diving into, and probably a lot of people's favorites, it's definitely one of my favorites as well, but this is the birds and animals section. I might have a little bit of crossover in this section with my farm, my barnyard category, but you know, this one's fun too. This one's mostly birds for the most part. My first little kit that's on my birds and animals section, this is Spring Bluebird. I can say no more. You have a perfect little bluebird, you have amazing flowers, and the little treasure is a butterfly. This next one, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this one. And again, this one's out of stock in a lot of places, rightfully so, because it is stunning. And when you see this piece stitched up, look it up on Instagram, it's amazing. But that's Hummingbird. And oh, you can hear the ducks, they're on my dock playing around. But perfect for the bird section, they're making their appearance. And yeah, I love Hummingbird. The colors are just classic Hummingbird colors, those rich greens and reds. And you have, I believe they're called fuchsias, which I love fuchsia flowers. I think they're beautiful. And this piece is just all around stunning. And I'm sure the beadwork is absolutely insanely gorgeous. And you have a cute little bumblebee button. Say no more. This next one is also very much a top contender of mine, and this is Spring Robin. This pattern is perfection. You have that like pale robin eggs blue perforated paper color, but then you're like adding layers and depth to it. You are stitching like a bluish background, but that bird's nest is amazing. This robin is just like so cute and like pudgy. I just love him. I love him. Well, it's a her because it laid some eggs. I love her. She's adorable. And it just reminds me, because we have like, I've lived in this house for 8-ish years now, and every year we have a robin that comes and lays eggs and has a little nest, and I love to see the little baby birds. And yeah, it reminds me of that. So in honor of the little robin on my property that lays its cute little eggs and has its adorable little babies, I would hang this on my wall for it. I love it. It's so cute. Next one is really fun. This gives me more vintage vibes again, but this one's fun because you have a variety of different birds and birdhouses and feeders, and that is Gathering Place. Is that not like the most fun name for a little birdhouse, bird feeder sanctuary? I love it. You have a bunch of different birds, specifically 2. So I guess it's not a bunch, it's more of a couple. And those look like cardinals, and you have like a little bit of a bluebird. And you have, I believe, 2 treasures, and you have, one of the treasures is a birdhouse and the other one's a flower pot. So that's really fun. This one is just giving like warm and cozy vibes. I think this is like the last bird kit, I think, on my list, like in the birds and animals section, but that's Goldfinch. And this is specifically, again, for the color palette. I love the yellows and the pinks, which you have like the pink echinaceas or the cone flowers. And I love the bird, and I love the dragonfly button. Perfect. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Now, on to one of my favorites of all the animal mill hills, and I did recently just purchase this one as well, but I had to show it in this because it is iconic, and that is Courting Froggies. I love it so much. These frogs are so cute. They have such personality in their faces. They're loving up on each other. I love that it's a nighttime scene. Very Kiss the Girl of Little Mermaid. It's just so cute. I love it. The flowers, you have like the lily pad flowers and the big beautiful full moon, and the treasure is the little dragonfly, which, I mean, I feel like dragonflies and frogs, like oftentimes in art pieces, are very synonymous with each other. They're always like very much together because dragonflies, you know, love lily pads. Oh my gosh, I'm like nerding and geeking out over this. I'm gonna just stop talking and let you appreciate it in its glory because I love it. And I cannot wait to stitch this one. Exactly, I cannot wait. We need more honks for this. Beep, beep. Yeah, 10 out of 10. This next one, I do not know why it speaks to me, but it does. And this is Icelandic Horses. I think I just love this for the color palette. Again, there's movement in this peach. There's movement in this piece with like the horse's hair, and I love when like a cross stitch piece can emulate movement. I love it. And I think I love this one. Like I said, the color palette, but the flowers, they very much remind me of lupines, and I love a lupine. And this one's fun. So if you're a horse girl or a horse boy, check out Icelandic Horses. I used to ride horses back in the day, and I'm someone that doesn't, I don't know, I'm not like very much a risk taker or like an adrenaline junkie. So like going super fast on a horse always kind of scared me, but you know, I did it. I did that for a couple years. Last but not least, I have a cute little fish one, and this is Koi Pond. And it's kind of funny because it doesn't really look like a koi fish to me. It looks like one of those bubble goldfish, you know, with like the big googly eyes. But I don't know, I could be wrong. But this is Koi Pond, and the colors of this, fabulous, very vibrant, and I love that you get like under the water but also above the water a little bit, so you can see like the tops of the lily pads and a little bit of a sky. And a dragonfly is a cute little button. So that's Koi Pond with its cute little bubbly googly eyes. So cute. So that's everything I have for birds and animals. We're making some progress. And now we're gonna move into something that's a little bit more, 'tis the season, at least for the United States in the summer. And you know, we're gonna highlight those stars and stripes, and we're moving into our patriotic Mill Hills. So I only highlighted a couple of patriotic Mill Hills. I don't even really think Mill Hill has like a ton of patriotic pieces, but I know a lot of my viewers aren't from the US as well, so I don't want to like, you know, spend so much time on it. But these are the couple of patriotic Mill Hills that have stood out to me and I think would be really fun to stitch, and they're not so like in your face red, white, and blue. It's like a nice little, you know, summery patriotic vibe. So the first one on this list, I saw Calico Whimsy stitch, and anything she stitches I need to stitch, and this is Summer Sampler. And I really like this because I love a fun little hat. We have a beautiful little sun hat, and of course you have one of my favorite foods on it, which is ice cream, and you got some sunflowers with your perfect little red, white, and blue vibe. It's not like so in your face, but it's a nice little touch. You know, you have a nice little red, white, and blue birdhouse, and you have American flag, and I feel a sneeze coming on. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's delightful and a perfect little summer patriotic sampler. I know like there's a lot of like really beautiful larger patriotic pieces, but I don't know, I don't really decorate for 4th of July, so a small is more appealing to me because it's something I can get done quick and have out quick to enjoy, which I mean 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays, especially living on a lake. So this one really stands out to me. This next one, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, I wouldn't say it's patriotic, but it kind of goes along with patriotic vibes, and that is Barbecue by Mill Hill. And that, I don't know, that speaks 4th of July to me because at least here in the US, when it's super nice outside and 4th of July, I don't know, you just have like a big barbecue with friends and family. So I just thought I would include it in this section, even though it's not necessarily, you know, patriotic. But it's fun. It's fun. You have like lots of fun barbecue foods. You have an actual barbecue with food on it and grilling utensils. I don't know, this is silly that I'm like even mentioning it in this section, but that's barbecue. And the treasure is a little watermelon, so that's really cute. You need watermelon at a barbecue. That's religion, honestly. It's law. We have another location change. You're really just seeing every place today, all the filming locations, but you know, my iPad died. It's getting really cold and windy. So we're in my craft room now. So let's finish this video out. So we were talking about patriotic Mill Hill kits. Now this next one I'm going to show is, I think, my favorite of all the patriotic ones that I've seen. And that's because, again, it's subtle, but it still gives that like outdoorsy vibe. And this is Summer Picnic kit from 2005. And I love this. I absolutely love it. You do have an American flag in the border, but like the picnic basket napkin and like the table or tablecloth, it's still like red, white, and blue vibes. It's like summer picnic vibes with a splash of stars and stripes. It's just so much fun. I love the ladybug border and also the flower border. It looks like you do have some specialty stitches with like lazy daisies and stuff in the border, but I'm not intimidated by specialty stitches. I come from like a embroidery background before cross stitch, so I know my way around a specialty stitch. But I love it. This is like Stars and Stripes cottagecore mashup, basically. Patriotic cottagecore. And I love it. Perfect. And you have a little bumblebee treasure. So I just think this one is super fun. And this is definitely the top of my patriotic stitching list, I would say. This next one is very like primitive patriotic, which again, I really like. And I really like that the color palette isn't such like a rich or like a bright red, white, and blue, but it's more like a muted color. And this one is called, what is it called? Oh, it's called Sweet Liberty. And it says Sweet Land of Liberty of the Icing. So this one's fun because it has words. I love to stitch words. But again, primitive, you have a cute little house, you have some trees, you have a really fun border, and the treasure is adorable. It's an American flag star. I love it. So this is a really fun, primitive, patriotic Mill Hill stitch. Last patriotic Mill Hill that I have on my list is a little bit more in your face, USA, but again, it has a beautiful color palette. And this is God Bless America. And I think this one's funny because it's a patriotic stitch, but the treasure is a pumpkin. I don't know why, but it's funny. But I really love their flag in this. The border is really fun. I love the words, and it looks like the beading. With the words, it's like cross stitch bead, and I just think that adds like a really fun effect. There's a lot of good use of beadwork in this pattern, and again, you got that silly little pumpkin in the corner. It's funny. I don't know. I love that they just throw a pumpkin on there. Pumpkin is really silly, but I kind of love that there's a pumpkin on it. And this I just think is a really fun, patriotic, more muted, God Bless America type of pattern. Definitely. Yeah, this is fun. There's definitely more of like the brighter, Mill Hill does have like brighter, if you're more into like the very vibrant red, white, and blues, patriotic firework type of situation, they have patterns like that. But for me and like my color palette and like aesthetic, those are more of like the patriotic patterns that I am really drawn to. More primitive with like still a touch of outdoorsy. And you know, we had to throw in the barbecue one as well. I could have put that in a different section, but you know, since 4th of July is often also associated with barbecues, I thought, perfect, patriotic barbecue pattern. Here we go. So that is all the patriotic patterns that I have to share. So the next section we are going to be going into is more of what I currently live in, and that is the mountains and lakeside section. So, you know, we're gonna climb some mountains together. We're gonna relax by the lake. Maybe we'll catch a fish and, you know, roast some marshmallows while we sleep under the stars and, you know, get bit by bugs. But yeah, let's get into the mountain section. Hope you packed your bug spray, because I know in the Adirondacks it's very buggy here. Lots of mosquitoes. Mill Hill has like 2 different collage ones that are very like mountainy camping vibes. And the first one that I absolutely love, very, very Adirondack-y, is I use Adirondack-y as like it's a word that people like actually know, but it's very much Adirondack vibes. And that is Cabin Fever. And I love this because it literally has everything everything that is perfect in a little mountain oasis. You have animals. This is specifically a cutie little moose. You have bonfires. You have s'mores. Yum. One of my favorite desserts. cute log cabin with a canoe. You have fishing stuff, and then the treasure has to be one of the most perfect treasures that I have seen out of all these Mill Hill button and beads kits that I have researched, and I have looked at a lot of them. And this treasure is a cute little bullfrog. Oh, I love him. He's just so like pudgy and adorable, and I love him and I need him. This one I really do want. This is Cabin Fever. And then next one is like another mountainy kind of outdoorsy collage vibes. And like I said, it's called Camping Out. This one is definitely my second favorite, like out of the two. And again, it's really fun. You have like a fun riverside cabin, and you have your nice little primitive tent, and you have your nice red canoe, a bonfire. What I love about this one, and that I just realized, is that there is a duck. The picture's a little bit blurry. Can't definitively say it's a mallard, but it looks kind of mallardy to me. I love him. And then you have like a really cute pine tree with, I think it's an owl at the top getting ready to set sail. Very adorable. And the treasure on this is a cutie little black bear. Amazing. That is Camping Out. Again, I prefer Cabin Fever over to Camping Out, but over to Camping Out, but Camping Out is definitely still really fun. Oh, this next one. This next one I will be purchasing. Again, this one is sold out in a lot of places, and that is because very popular. It's perfect time of year for it. I'm typing it in as I'm talking. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. This one I absolutely need immediately, and this is Lakeside Retreat. This is my life. You have 2 Adirondack chairs looking out at a lake with mountains, and what's sitting in that chair? It looks like an Australian Shepherd, which I have an Australian Shepherd, so I need this, and I would customize the colors on this dog to match my own little Molly's colors. And I just love this. It looks like there's a cute little basket, I think, on the ground as well. I love a woven object. And it does have a little detachable, it's not like detachable, but it's like another little separate piece that you stitch that you glue onto the frame. This one's a dog bone. Don't know if I would do that. I think that kind of might take away from this a little bit, at least in my opinion. But I love it. I love this. I love this piece. I need it immediately. This is like the perfect little like campfire stitch for me. And I will be purchasing it. So the next one on my mountain lakeside camping category is rainbow trout. And if you have seen my previous Flosstubes, you will know this one's in my collection. And I had to add it because I had to, you know, put things out there for like the people who like to fish. And I mean, I like to fish, but not like, I like to see when the fish is in the water and like going at my hook. I don't really like casting out far and like sitting there and waiting. I don't know. I'm more of a dockside fisherman where I just plop it in and watch the fish go after it. I had to add this one, but I do have this in my stash, and I did currently start it. I have started it. This is actually the first button and beads piece that I've started, and I have started this one as a gift from my brother who is obsessed with fishing. So I really like this kit because I love the colors of a rainbow trout. I love like that orange and green. I love it. It's just so beautiful. And I've only stitched a tiny little itsy bitsy bit of it, but I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun, and I think he's gonna love it. These are like the perfect gifts for people, especially during the holidays when you're like really busy and you wanna do something handmade for someone, but you might not have like months and months and months to get something done. But yeah, I love these as a gift. They're like rather inexpensive. It comes with everything that you need, and it just adds a nice little special handmade touch as a gift. So I'm really excited to give this to him when it's eventually done. But yes, that's rainbow trout. Had to throw a fish pattern into the mountain lakeside category. And I think I have one more. Oh no, that's it. I did write that down to put barbecue in this section, but I just included it in the patriotic section instead. But that is the mountainy lakeside section. I love this section. I think Mill Hill has very high quality or very like detail oriented mountainy pieces, and I really hope that they come out with more, because there's definitely a lot of like scenery and scenic ones, but not as many mountainy ones. Maybe like in the past they have had some released and they're just not in print anymore, but those are the couple of mountain ones that I really love. This next category that I have is honestly like pretty miscellaneous and very tiny. And that is my tiny towns / scenic category. So for tiny towns and like scenic category, that's basically gonna be everything that you can find in a tiny town or like a scenery piece. And don't like quote me word for word on it though. It's just like a broad statement. But Mill Hill has a lot of really cute tiny town sceneries, and you can like definitely stitch it on one big piece, if like piece of linen or Aida if you wanted to, or you can stitch them individually on the perforated paper kits that they give. And like for as far as like spring summer vibes, it doesn't like scream spring summer, but they have like a flower shop one and a tea house one, and the colors are kind of springish, so that could fit into this section. But the ones that I really wanted to highlight for this was Summer Cottage. I love this one. This one, again, I think this is like a fairly new release, and I just, anything with a little cottage, I'm here for it. This is like a perfect pastel blue dreamy cottage. I love the structure of it, and I love the beadwork. I have seen this stitched up on Instagram, and there's just like beautiful use of beads on this, and I love it. And the treasure is a little tiny birdhouse, and I really like how they incorporate it on like an actual stand in front of the house. I just think it is so dreamy and idyllic and adorable. So that is Summer Cottage in addition to the tiny town. So if I'm going, right now I'm building my perfect tiny town. You have a summer cottage on one side, and what do you have on the other? You say? What do you have? It's a fairy house, a little fairy cottage, but this one is called Fairy House. And I have this one in my stash, baby. I just bought it. I love this one. And you have a cute little cottage that a little purple fairy resides in. I mean, the fairy's skin isn't purple, but she's wearing a cutie little purple dress. And, you know, it's just in a little mushroom grove with the cute little toadstools. And you have a really beautiful tree that kind of frames and acts as like a border. And the treasure for this is none other than a toadstool mushroom. Moment of silence. Hallelujah. We love it. We love it. This one's just so perfect. I'm going to stitch this immediately, and I'm not talking about Christmas patterns in this video, but they just released a Christmas fairy cottage, and it's one of my favorite new Christmas releases that they have. So yeah, I love anything with a fairy. I'm very much into fairies and frogs this like summer season. That's like all I want to stitch is fairies and frogs. So it's perfect that Mill Hill has a lot of kits with both fairies and frogs. Perfect for me. So this one I It gives me like warm and cozy vibes only because it reminds me of something specific. So this one is Tropical Hideaway. And yes, I love it because it's tropical and it's a pretty scenery. There's fun tropical drinks. But this reminds me of Golden Girls, the TV show, like their little patio that they have. And I love that show. That show is just hilarious, and it's definitely like a comfort watch for me, and it reminds me of that. Just see like Dorothy and Blanche sitting outside here. Ugh, amazing. Amazing. We love a Golden Girls moment. I mean, aren't we all just Golden Girls? I love it. I love it. And like, isn't it crazy that this is like a show that depicts women in their, I think like 50s and 60s. And I don't know, I feel like the depiction of 50 to 60-year-old women now is so different. But this show is such an icon. I love it. I love the Golden Girls. One of my favorite episodes was actually the one with when Dorothy has like these like ferret things in the basement that she's like raising for fur. I've watched that episode like 1,000 times. I haven't watched it in a really long time. I think I might watch that show tonight because I've laughed so much with them. And my grandma is actually the one who introduced me to the show, so it makes me happy. Makes me happy. So that's Tropical Hideaway, you know, the Golden Girls lanai. It's perfect. This piece is actually the kit that kept me up at night dreaming about purchasing all of these button and beads kits, and that is Aurora Borealis. I love this one. I think it is so beautiful. Yes, I did purchase it. I have not stitched it yet because I just literally got it. And I love this. This has glow-in-the-dark beads, and I haven't seen like what this looks like stitched up or like what it looks like when it glows, but I can only imagine, baby. It is just beautiful. I love how like the sky reflects in the river. I love the movement of the river. I love the trees. I see the treasure as like a cute little black star. I love this one. This is how I got into like researching the buttons and beads, was seeing this one, purchasing a bunch of the buttons and beads kits, and then like diving deep into like, okay, what else is there? What else do they offer? Because I love them. So that's Aurora Borealis. Lastly, in this little Scenic tiny town section, we have Waterfall. And this is just the perfect little spring river scene. You have a cute bridge, good nature scenery, you know, your nice wooded area, have a nice pop of color. If you're looking for like a good full coverage river scene, I think this one's beautiful. I have not seen this one stitched up, but I'm sure it is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So we made it through our little tiny town scenic walk together. And now we're ending it on a farm, baby. We're going no other place than a farm / barnyard kit scene. So let's take it to the farms. So for the first one in our farm barnyard section, I could have added into the animal section, but I'm keeping it with the farms, and that is Spotted Cow. We love a good Holstein. So this is Spotted Cow. How adorable. Don't you just want to kiss his little nose? It's so cute, and it's its little long eyelashes. Why does it have better eyelashes than I do? But this is an adorable cow flower scene. She's ready for her photo op. This is like the most beautiful cow cross stitch I have seen. You have the cute little barn in the background. Adorable. And you have a cute little flower treasure. I don't think we've seen this flower treasure yet today. Little pinkish red flower. We might have. I feel like I've looked at 1,000 of these today and like the past couple days, but we love her. We love cutie little Miss. I feel like her name's Petunia, Miss Petunia cow. So cute. Or Lulu. She's giving me Lulu vibes too. So this next farm, cutie vibes, very scenic, a very scenic, idyllic farm, and very classic as well. And this is, what's it called? Country morning. Good old country morning out here. You got a good old chicken. I love a chicken, and the treasure is a chicken, which is amazing. We love it. We got a classic red barn. How very Vermont. Which, fun fact, I used to live in Vermont for college. So I know my way around a farm in Vermont. I'm very good at it. And I love the sky. The sky is like very pretty as well. You have like a nice cloudy moment, but like has some light. It has some light to it. Very Thomas Kincaid, but not to that level. We love it. We love it. So this is country morning, and if you zoom in, you can see a very cute little baby chick that I love. It's adorable. This is just a classic country morning scene. Perfect. Gotta wear my overalls for this one. Now this next one, in other Mill Hill videos that I have previously watched, people love this one, and for very good reason. It's very unique. Very unique. And this is Barnyard Morning. I feel like I'm gonna have an accent with every single one of these ones that I say. But it's Barnyard Morning. Man, oh man, this one is so cool. You have a cool rooster. The color palette, amazing. You have a fun little whooshy sunrise. Love it. But what's really unique about this one is you have like a chicken coop element, but the back stitching like actually looks like chicken wire, which is really, really fun. And you have some eggs in there, little tiny chicks. You have a treasure that's a little barn. I love this one. This one's really fun. And I feel like it would look very nice in the kitchen, especially if you have like a country theme. Oh yeah, it's very adorable. Very adorable. This next one I really love as the little dietitian farm girl in me, and this is Farmer's Market. If I like worked an in-person job, this would be up on my wall for all my patients to see because she's cute. This is, like I said, Farmer's Market. You have all these like super, to me, like fun vegetables. And I love the color palette. I love the back stitching of how a Farmer's Market is written. And you have that cutie little carrot treasure that I just love and adore. So that's Farmer's Market. She's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love her. This next one is really fun, and I love it for two specific reasons. So this is County Fair, which I know a lot of us cross-stitchers like to submit our work to a county fair, which I think is so fun. And you guys go, get your blue ribbons and your medals. I specifically really like this one because I love the little jam jars at the top. I just think they're so cute and adorable. And I love a pie. I love to stitch a baked good. It's like a novelty item, I guess. Like anything that's like food related, I think is like really cute and adorable. The treasure's perfect. It's a tiny little pig. Ugh, so cute. And you have like a fun little quilted factor as well as part of the collage. And then you have like a flower, and I don't know, this one's just really fun. Even if like county fair stuff isn't your vibe, I feel like you can find like something fun, like a fun element in this. I love her. Anytime I can get my hands on like stitching a cute little jam jar, say less, I'm there. So this next collection is, well, I'm only highlighting one like specific pattern from the collection, but like I said with Debbie Mum, the designer Jim Shore also does collaborations with Mill Hill. And his style of art is very, very cool and interesting. And I love his like farm animal collections. Like I think he has a lamb, a cow, and my personal favorite is Percy Pig. I love Percy Pig. I think Percy is so cute. It's a cute little spotted pig. You have a cute little, like, I think it's a strawberry border, and then the treasure is like the little strawberry flower. And I don't know, the whole border is like super fun. You have flowers. I love the little like scene that's almost on like the saddle of the pig. I don't know. Jim Shore, this one's just adorable. I love it. Very cute. A different farm element. Like it's not like so in your face like Country Farm, but it's like a little more upscale. More like Tuscan Farm vibes, if that makes sense. I gotta end it on a favorite for me. And this is Chick's Hotel. This is absolutely amazing. You have a little rooster, and honestly this type of rooster I've seen, like the style is in a bunch of different Mill Hill kits, but he's like the daddy rooster. He's so cute. And then you have all the little chickens with their little chicks in the little coop. The little chicken hotel. It's adorable. And then the treasure just has to be one of the most perfect treasures I've seen this whole video, and that is a little chicken. So that's Chick's Hotel. Oh, it's so cute, and I need to get my hands on this one like very, very soon. We made it. That was it. That was all the Mill Hill spring summer inspired kits that have been catching my eye. I feel like I went through almost every single Mill Hill that's seasonally appropriate that is in print, but of course there's still like tons of other ones that I haven't talked about today. I've literally been filming this video for like 3 hours. It has been a minute. It has been a minute, but I'm just so happy to share all of these amazing, incredible kits. Again, these are Mill Hill button and beads, about 5 by 5-ish inches. They have their own frames that are 6 by 6. They're around $15-ish. They're an incredible kit if you're a beginner, if you're experienced, if you want to make them as a gift, if you want to collect them all. When these puppies go out of print, they can get pricey. And that's one of my eBay obsessions, is like looking at out of print Mill Hills and trying to get a deal, baby. You know, I love to shop. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found some Mill Hills, some new ones that you haven't seen that caught your eye that you want to add to your wish list, because this video was super fun for me to make because I got to literally add so many things to my wish list. So let me know down below which ones are your favorite, which ones are really calling and speaking to you. And I will try to do these for like other seasons as well, because of course Mill Hill has tons and tons and tons of Christmas ones and Halloween and fall ones and winter ones. And in part 2 of this video, I will do more of like the Mill Hill smalls, so spring, summer little ornaments, or, you know, mini ones, if that makes sense. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed. I hope your wish lists grew longer, as they always do. As us crafters, we're collectors, and crafting and collecting are 2 different hobbies. But my socials, if you want to follow me on Instagram, see everything that I've been getting my crafty little hands on, and like I show my daily life. We do a lot of like homesteading, outdoors types things. Follow me there. My handle is at Thistleandthreadyt with 2 Ds. And if you want to send me an email and show me the Mill Hills that you guys are working on, or really just want to talk or say anything, you can email me at thistleandthreadyt@gmail.com. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today. It was so fun. It was really fun. And I love to talk about things that I'm passionate about. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.